Hello. This class is a shorter practice and particularly designed for waking up and getting the body moving in the morning, though certainly appropriate for any time of the day that you want to bring some energy and liveliness into the body. Let's start in child's pose. Big toes can come together. Knees can be about hips width apart or wider if that's better for you. Let's extend arms forward and release weight of the head to the ground. If your head doesn't reach the ground, I suggest putting a blanket or a block or a pillow underneath so the head can rest on something rather than being airborne. Starting to really arrive in your body and in your breath stream. Let's tuck the toes under here in child's pose and really extend the arms forward, spread wide through your palms and your fingers, and lift your arm bones away from the floor. Head can still be on the ground. Probably better to have knees about hips width here with the toes tucked, but you can see for yourself how that feels. Head still heavy, broadening the shoulder blades away from the spine, and applying some pressure, some down and away pressure with your hands to shift the hips a little further back toward the heels. Let's come up and make our way to Sukhasana. That's sitting cross-legged. Try to cross more at the shins so that feet and the knees are aligned rather than a wider base. Gather it in. You might want to sit on a blanket if you feel that you're kind of pitched back here. Sitting on the edge of the blanket will help you be more upright in the spine. Let's take a twist to the right. Left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the spine. We lengthen the spine with each inhalation from root to crown, and twisting happens on the exhalation. Try to initiate your twist from your navel center, deep within your belly center, and then let it travel up your spine, through the ribs, through the chest and the shoulders. Shoulders glide down away from the ears. Let's bring the head to neutral so the nose is in line with the sternum. And take a couple of breaths here. And now turn the head to gaze over your left shoulder, gentle. And now turn the head to gaze over the right shoulder. Avoid cranking or pushing or forcing. Unwind all together, coming back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. Again, try to cross more at the shins than the ankles. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the spine. Twisting to your left now from your belly center. And the rotation of the ribs. And then adding a little leverage with the arms. Bring the head to neutral, nose in line with sternum. Turn the gaze in your head to look over right shoulder. And now turning head to look over left shoulder. Unwind all together, coming back to center in Sukhasana. Come to all fours, spreading broad through the fingers, pushing the floor away with your hands. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips into downward facing dog. Feel free to bend your knees, to play with bending your knees, bending and straightening, or maybe to keep knees bent if you're feeling a lot of strain, a lot of pull in the backs of your legs, particularly if your spine is rounding from the tightness of your hamstrings, your leg muscles, then we definitely want to bend the knees. Lower the knees to the ground. Step your right foot forward. Consider padding your left knee a little more by folding the outer edge of the mat in, so you have double mat under your knee. Let's keep the left hand down, maybe on a block. Bend the left knee. If it's available, reach back with your right hand to take hold of the foot. If you can't reach it, you could use a strap, or you just kind of fake it. This is super valuable also for hamstring strengthening. So we take the right shoulder to the back plane of the body, rolling it open. If you have hold of the foot, you might see how it feels to take the outer edge of the foot, a little more space in the shoulder available that way, potentially. And then let's push the foot back into the hand. And now draw the heel in close to the sitting bone and squeeze the calf and the thigh together. Release your foot. Setting up for the second side. Left foot forward, perhaps folding the right edge of your mat in so you have double mat under your right knee. Right hand is down, maybe on a block if you have to round your spine to get your hand down. Bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand. Maybe taking hold of the foot, maybe taking hold of the outer edge of the foot. Spinning your heart toward the ceiling and push the foot into the hand. And now draw the heel into the sitting bone and squeeze the calf and the thigh together. Release your foot. Let's step the back foot forward and come up to stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Step back to plank pose. Lowering down. Inhale, cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. At the bottom of your exhalation, walk your feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana or upward hands. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Take all the rounding out of your back here. Step back to plank pose and lower down. Inhale to your back bend, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let your head hang heavy to release any tension or strain in the neck. The bottom of your exhalation, step your feet forward. Inhale, halfway rise, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, belly gets a little closer to the thighs. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, Samasthiti, standing equally. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Step back to plank pose. Lowering, maybe just halfway this time, knees can come down. Inhale, your back bend, maybe upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slow, steady breath. At the bottom of your exhalation, step your feet forward. Inhale, halfway rise, extend your sternum forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, pushing especially through your heels to come up. Exhale, Samasthiti, standing with equanimity. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Step back to plank pose. Lowering with control. Inhale, your back bend, your front extension, cobra, maybe locust or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. At the bottom of your exhalation, step your feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale to center. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen front body, Ardha Uttanasana. Step back, plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, back bend, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Brush your spine with breath. The bottom of your exhalation, step your feet forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up, root to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. Let's take a wide stance, preparing for warrior two. Turn your right toes all the way out. Turn your left toes a little bit in. Bend your right knee until it stacks with your ankle. And extend your arms. You might consider lengthening your stride to bring your thigh more parallel to the floor. Sense if you can, if you're reaching forward, bring your shoulders back to stack on top of your hips. Straighten your front leg. You could walk your back foot in a little bit if you feel really stretched out. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Stretch the right arm up to the ceiling to elongate really the whole right side of the body. And then keep all that length, reaching out over the right leg. Hand can come down to a block or maybe the floor. And then turn from your belly, your ribs, your chest, and extend through your left arm. Push your feet into the floor, reach through your arm to rise up. Let's pivot the feet for warrior two on the left side. Align the inner edge of your foot with the long edge of your mat if you're using a mat. And turn the back toes a little bit inward. Bend left knee until it stacks on top of the ankle. Maybe lengthening your stride so that the left thigh is more parallel to the floor. Extending your arms, taking care that you're not reaching forward, that the shoulders are stacked over the hips. Straighten your front leg. You could walk the back foot in a little if you feel really stretched out. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Keep all this length you've just created as you extend your left side out over your left leg. Hand can come down to a block. Turning the belly, the ribs, and the chest, and extending through the right arm. Root and reach to rise. Stepping the feet about hips width apart or closer together in Tadasana mountain pose. Feel your breath. Warrior one. Let's keep the right foot where it is and take a step back with the left foot. I tend to position more railroad track than balance beam here because we want to bring the left side of the body forward. It doesn't have to square up, but our intention is to bring it forward. Bend your right knee until it stacks with your ankle. And extend your arms skyward. Whatever's on the ground is pushing into the ground, especially the right heel and the outer left foot, outer edge of the left foot. And then really extend, reach your arms like you want to touch the ceiling. Straighten your front leg. Parsvottanasana or pyramid. Some of you might want to have your hands on your hips, or you could take hold of your elbows, or you could bring your hands together in prayer. Now we really want to get the left side of the body forward, so you might want to shorten your stride or bring your left foot more out to the left in order to get that so that the hips are square, both pointing directly forward. Inhaling, elongate, root to crown. And exhale, fold forward. The back can round. We don't need to have a flat back, but the trick is that we want an even rounding. So a lot of times the upper back will round a lot more than the lower back. So we really want to elongate if that's happening so that there's an even curve in the spine. Push feet into the floor, coming up to stand in mountain pose, feet under frame. Warrior one, stepping the right foot back this time. Bringing the right side of the body forward. Doesn't have to be square here, but we want to bring it forward. Bend your left knee until it stacks on top of your ankle. And stretch through your arms, through the sides of the body. Steady gaze, steady breath. Straightening the front leg, adjusting your stride if needed in order to square the hips. So the right hip is not behind the left hip, it's in the same plane here. Finding the same hand position, hands on the hips, or holding elbows, or reverse prayer. Take a breath in to further elongate your spine, and then exhale to fold forward. Root down through your feet to rise. Stepping your foot underneath your frame into Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's make a mindful transition to lying on our backs. Preparing for bridge pose. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Feet are pretty close to the sitting bones. A lot of instructors suggest brushing the backs of your heels with your middle fingers. This works for some, probably for most, but not for all people. I find I have to walk my feet a little bit away from that measure to be in the right place for me. Keep your head centered through this asana. So if you're not sure what's going on, make sure you lower your hips down before you look toward the screen. Push your feet into the floor to lift your hips up. Check that your knees aren't swaying wider than the setting of your feet. Squeeze your buttocks to lift your hips. You can stay right here or interlace your hands underneath you. One at a time, tuck your shoulder blades toward your spine. And then press your shoulders down in addition to your feet to continue lifting not only your hips, but now also your chest. And then you can release your hands if you clasp them and lower down slowly. And from here, walk your feet a little wider apart. Open your arms out to a T. And windshield wiper knees side to side. Come back to center. Walk the feet in so they're about hips width apart. Draw one knee in toward the chest. You might like to use a strap for this hamstring stretch, Supta Padangusthasana. If you don't have a strap, you can take your hands around your thigh and extend the leg skyward. Some of you might like to take hold of the foot. Just be mindful that it might not be ideal if that means your shoulder really lifts off the floor. We want to stay neutral, relatively neutral in the chest and the shoulders. You could extend your bottom leg, press through both thighs, push through both heels. If you're feeling really tight, keep the knee somewhat bent or try bending and re-extending a few times to kind of pump prana through the joint, through the muscles. Release the foot to the ground and let's re-ground, plant again, the other foot. Now we'll draw the second side leg in toward the chest. Either take your strap around your foot or hold the foot or hold the thigh. Option to straighten the bottom leg on the ground, pressing the thighs back, driving through the heels, keeping your breath in the foreground of awareness. Let's release that shape and bring both knees in toward the chest. You might like to rock a little bit side to side or circle your knees. And then stretch out your legs. Feet a little wider than hips. Arms by your sides. Making any adjustments that you feel at ease, as well as symmetrical. Let your bones glide down through layers of muscle and tissue in response to the pull of gravity. Enter a state of non-doing and just rest here. And now come back into the river of breath. In a slow and mindful way, bend your knees, roll to your side. Keep your head heavy. Head is the last to rise as you press up to a seat. Let's bring hands together at heart center, bowing head to heart and hands with gratitude for this day. May we live fully in each moment, and may we look at all beings with eyes of compassion. Thank you.